G'day and welcome to Inside NBA. I am Matty G. This is time for the weekend heat check. I'm going to get together with Skiddy. Straight after that, we are going to look at every game up for your Friday lineups and get you sorted with the weekend. Look at the back-to-back schedules, look at injury, look at news, look at waiver wire targets to pick up and get yourself sorted for the weekend. This is Inside NBA. This is Heat Check.
You are now listening to the Inside Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Hey, there he is. There he is. I missed a button. How you doing, Skiddy? Cheers, my man. Happy Friday to you. What a day down Mexico way today. What did you? Is that red wine? Are you on the Shiraz?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. With mortgages and bills and shit like that, you know, sometimes you just got to get into the old wine bottle and treat yourself a little bit. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So
This is it. It's a first-class Friday, and a big shout-out to talking about home loans to our mate Ryan at Astute Newstead. Look, he's taking care of you. You're actually in your home because of Ryan at Astute Newstead. And if you're looking for that perfect home loan, especially if you're here in Australia, and you're wondering, is your dream home? Can you live the life like Skiddy? The life exotic? Well, you can. Thanks to our mate Ryan. So don't worry anymore. Check him out. He basically can set you up with over 50 different lenders, including the major banks, can find the best deal for you. They offer personal, vehicle, and business loans as well, but specialize in home loans. Best of all, completely obligation-free. He'll give you the best advice. Reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead on 0431 766 784 or email him at ryanh@eganwealth.com and use code INSIGHT to let him know he sent you. Skiddy, how is your NBA action today?
Oh, mate, NBA today. What an absolute barnstormer we had today. The only two games of the day, and they were both rippers, with the Pacers nutting it out over the Bucks, and then the Hawks with that clutch three at the end from DeJounte Murray to beat the Magic out down in Mexico. That was fantastic. But, G, I've got to stop you right there, mate. I've had a couple of people slide into the old DMs. I'm going to have to do a couple of little shout-outs, all right, today. So I'm just going to start it off. A couple of little shout-outs, you know, Skiddy shout-outs. First of all, one to my gorgeous fiancée. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Love you very, very much.
Oh, okay, it's happy birthday. That's not sliding into your DMs. It's sliding into your sheets every single night. Cheers to the Dale.
Yep. Also, to my boy Jono, congratulations on your wedding tomorrow, buddy. Marrying the love of his life, Katie. So that's a massive congratulations to him. And then we've had one from the Punt Boys. They wanted to say congratulations to Muffin. You're a hostage to your own misso on your first year wedding anniversary. So congratulations to them. And if
shout out to those guys.
Get a shout out on the Inside Fantasy Sports Podcast, feel free to DM me. I'll do this. That's fine. I don't give a shit. So congratulations
and
to all
especially because he has his own missus sliding into his DMs, which is probably the most appropriate way for any DM situation to work out. Let's be honest. As long as it's your fiance or your wife, it's appropriate. And talking about appropriate, let's have a bit of a rewind. Yeah, DeJounte Murray, clutch three, a huge game as well from old mate Trae Young today. Like, good to see Trae knocking down some shots and getting active. Look, to be fair, Trae Young has not been performing the best. We all wanted to bounce back Young season. We haven't had that. Everyone's like, oh, he's going to shoot better. He's going to shoot better. Yeah, he hasn't. It's been woeful at times. But 5 from 15, now that's 33%. But 12 from 27, it's still not efficient, but the 12 from 13 free throws, the 41 points, the 8 assists, and the 3 steals, that's going to help you win a week. There's been some big game numbers, Skiddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're not expecting Trae Young to give us anything to go with field goal. If you took Trae Young in the first, second round, you knew what you were getting into. So I think at the end of the day, if he's shooting at 44%, you'll take that because it's a 41.9. The 3 steals is what really interests me. That's a beautiful little bump there from the Trae. I thought Jalen Johnson, again, we were telling you in the preseason, this man's got a chance. If he can beat out Saddiq Bey, he's done it. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block, and he shot 77%. Only on 9 shots.
His efficiency has been absolutely fantastic, and 75% from the line. We love that. And look, I've just got to say, this is for every single person out there that I saw in leagues across the world. across Yahoo, picking up Sadiq Bey being the play. The Bogdanovic injury didn't eventuate. He was back in the lineup today. Big minutes for Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey still getting 29 minutes, but only taking 4 shots, and they weren't going in.
Like my
and
wife always says, not tonight.
It was not Sadiq Bey's night. Now that is not a drop. He is not.
No, he's not.
I don't think he's a drop guy.
Very tentative.
Like the opposite of what you would do with your beer, wine, or spirit in your hand on a Friday afternoon. It's that tentative one where you think about not having that extra drink before you drive home, and you shouldn't. Just by the way,
no drink driving.
Drinking, don't do the drinking driving thing. But you think about it's like, no, that's not for me. That's how you should be about Sadiq Bey right now. He should be the last drink you're about to have before you jump in the car. It's like, no, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to let you go yet, Sadiq. But if a hot free agent comes available, look, it's probably going to be that time. And can I just say, shout out to Bruno Fernando. I don't know it's because it was in there, but he rolled out for 1 minute today. So big shout out to 1 minute legend Bruno Fernando today. The other game, though, big Giannis game. So I mentioned in the pod this morning that it was questionable. So him and Dame were questionable going in. I was skeptical because it was a national televised game if one or both would sit. Dame sat, Giannis rolls out, and then he rolls out for 54 and 12.
Unbelievable. And the free throws as well. Stop it, Giannis. 16 of 18? God damn.
Volume.
I still can't believe
Volume.
That. Hey,
Volume,
also,
Giannis
I don't know
free
if you
throws.
saw it today, Matty, but Brano, our mastermind, our big brain behind the Inside Fantasy Sports podcast, what a win on his multi that he hit today. He had Giannis for 40, Trae Young for 35 at $50. What a man! That just shows.
Did I miss that? Was that in the Molten chat? Shout out to the Molten chat. I had a long day.
Yep.
And just so it's
so good on him.
Oh wow. That is, you know what? I'm going back through the chats and there was a lot of messages. Oh my God, everyone's celebrating Brano. I'm not going to lie. I have it on at work. And so I have that chat muted because of what can pop up on my screen in that chat with the lads. So shout out to the Molten lads. Thank you so much. You are muted full time because no one should ever see that. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. We've got, this is it here. He did too. Oh, wow. There was a lot of them. Damo had some action today as well. That was absolutely huge.
Yeah, a little bit short
$58.
there.
Giannis 40. Trae for over 35. He did it. He hit it on the thing. Shout out to Brano.
Done by a 3/4 time as well. But from the Bucks today, no one else really stood out. I know Beasley had 13. Don't give a stuff. Campaign, obviously, he's just a pickup if Dame's ever out. He didn't really repay today with 7, 4, and 5. I mean, as a campaign, just pick up for the day. I mean, I guess it's okay. The 5 assists are nice. I'll give him that. Nothing really from the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks really. I didn't think they deserved that game, except for Giannis. What I want to talk about right now: 2 players from the Indiana Pacers. My boy Tyrese Halliburton, another ripping game. I'm telling you this right now, Matty. I don't know if there's markets up for who's going to win
most improved
the in-season tournament. But fuck me, I think if the Indiana Pacers might take it, they are trying their ass off to win this shit.
Mate, they are putting it together. And we did this last week. I said, don't be surprised if a team like the Pacers or the Cavs or the Celtics get it. And they were all paying over $9. And I'm very keen. We'll look that up on our punts.
Yeah.
We'll look at that up on the punts, but I like that. Look, they are a good-looking basketball team. And the one thing that I want to shout out today was this. And I want to give you a big one of these ones to him.
Boom, shakalaka!
Welcome back, Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
I would love to. This was the game that Benedict Mathurin owners, this, ladies and gentlemen, was the reason, is the reason Bunny Hield is being traded. This is the reason. Ooh. Benedict Mathurin, the organization, believed so much in Eggs Benny that they were saying, look, we'll roll with him. We don't need to do much else. We're okay. We're going to get Benedict Mathurin. Okay. This is a guy today who absolutely surpassed it. Now, I've just looked up in a couple of leagues real quickly. He has been dropped in a lot of leagues and is 66% available. And it was worth it. But his last 2 games have been exceptional. 500 from the field, 800 from the line. He's hitting 3 and 4 threes, 26, 11, 2 and 1 today. Across the board a stat. Last game, 22,
we
9,
go.
4, and 2. Hey-oh. Hello, Benedict. Welcome to my... I just added him in a league, just by the way. Just checking that I thought in one. But that is a great line for Benedict Mathurin. Thank you. And the other one that I'm not... Look, I'm very sad to see it happen.
Are you going to talk about it? I mean, shit, it's staring at you right in the face. Go on. Talk about him.
No.
Talk about him. Go on, Matty.
Talk about
I'll
it.
do it then. Obi Toppin, an absolute fucking stinker today. 7 points in 12 minutes. He shot well on the field and everything like that. It's just Carlisle is not trusting him the way that we all thought he was.
Him at all.
He is getting the place starter spot. But what the Pacers are, they are so goddamn deep that
they're such a deep
just
team.
rolling through whatever the hell they want. And they've realized that they don't need what Toppin provides at all times, because Turner's there is the cornerstone in the back. So they're happy to keep running out. Hield if they need more shooting. Neesmith if they need a bit more defense plus a bit more shooting. Nembhard if they need a bit more playmaking. Yep. They are just rolling out whatever they need. And you know what? I'm loving it. I reckon it's fantastic.
The Daniel Tice minutes today. Hey, look, here's another dependable center who can play. Here's Daniel Tice.
Yeah, that's because Jalen Smith didn't play today.
Which I was curious by. No, I was very curious by that because he's rolled out Smith for some minutes, and Smith has been playing. I gave him a shout out in the pod yesterday.
He's injured.
I know, I did, and that was a last minute reveal. So that sucked.
Yeah, but also too the what I liked is that they went with Tice when they needed someone else to try and shut down Giannis, because at the time Giannis was just getting fouls on everything, and it almost looked like half of Indiana's starting lineup.
It was unstoppable. He went 19 for 25. That is just stupid good efficiency.
Like 100%. 8 turnovers though, that kind of killed you, and he had the last 3 possessions were all turnovers by Giannis too.
They were. Hey, look, it was Halliburton's strike back game after the other day. A bit of faith back in Tyrese after the other day, to be fair. Because
I've never lost it. He's the man. He is.
No. At the end of the game, I know. I love. Look, mate. I wanted to trade him to you in one of our leagues. I love Tyrese. I'm a massive Halliburton fan.
Trading to you, yeah, no chance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I want him off you. I love Halliburton. I'm a big fan. No, he would have been putting his head in his hands the other day, and he was. He fucked up in that Hornets game at the end. They lost that game because of Tyrese. Shitty pass, rushed rookie. No, shitty pass to Miles Turner. I'm calling it out as it is, Skiddy. He lost them that game. Now he's the young leader of that team. He pounced it. He panicked. Shitty bounce pass to Miles Turner in the corner for an elite passer to make that mistake. Yeah, that was shitty by him. And then trying to take one-on-one with LaMelo, which is serviceable, but calling the screen away that would have rocked LaMelo down and getting plucked by LaMelo Ball on the last possession of the game. Now, sure enough, he put a logo shot in to put him there, but this is the kind of game that you want back. This is getting those runs up for the elite player that he is. The 10 assists, the 6 rebounds, the block, it's all very nice. I love Hallie, and that was an absolute superlative game from him. And yes, I will mention Obi Toppin. I just don't think Carlisle has any faith in him. I don't know why. He's a good player. Well, look, he's a serviceable player who had an opportunity. I've always been high on the opportunity that he presented in Indiana, and it just hasn't seen fruition. And they keep on rolling out these lineups, and whatever works, they work. But with Benedict Mathurin playing this well in the last 2 games, that's fantastic news. And that's going to creep his stock up there. And he is available in 66% of Yahoo leagues. He is a must-add guy right now. On your way, if you're in a 14-team league and you're listening to this pod right now, on the train, pull over your car, just put your child over, down in the playpen for a second, and just get out, just dump your worst guy and get Benedict Mathurin. Are you doing that right now, you bastard, in one of our leagues?
No, I'm not. I'm just having a look because normally I'd be like, okay, Mathurin is just like a scorer and that's it. But I've been really impressed when he's making the extra pass this year. Like he's not on sub-0 assists this year. He's getting rebounds as well. So he's not just that scoring type. He's actually doing other things. So yeah, I'd actually agree with you. I'm feeling that Mathurin should be on. He should definitely be on every 14-team league. 12-team, I think there's scope. I mean, he's close. He's bloody on the edge.
He's very close.
I'd say with the potential and the minutes that he's now getting in Indiana, I would happily take that punt on it. And then if he starts to shoot, I don't know, if he starts to shoot, under 40% for a few games in a row, I'll be like, all right, I'm happy to move off him. But I'm definitely going to hold at the moment to see how we're going there. But you've disrespected Tyrese Halliburton, so I'm off here for a second. So I'm done talking about these games. Let's talk about tomorrow.
Oh, why don't we get to it?
He's heating up.
Yeah, no, also not off Tyrese. He made an error, and you watch that game footage back. He lost them that game. And that's
no, he kept them in that game before that, but he did stuff up there. I give you that.
Look, and because you love LeBron so much, let me talk about LeBron's quote the other day. A basketball game isn't won or lost in the final 2 minutes. It's won or lost with the decisions over the course of an entire basketball game. But obviously, when you put your team back in it like that, you want to put him. You want to get you wanted to get your Skywalker on. You want to put your little backpack. Absolutely. You want to have the little Yoda in the backpack, and you want to be you want to put your team. You want your team to be a little Yoda in your backpack and run them around the place. And he just couldn't do that for them, and that was a shame at the end of the day.
Yep.
And I still love you. Celtics. The big thing for me looking ahead at the games, we're going to rip through these. We're going to we're not going to mince around with it. We're going to pick up some hot guys for you. Look, let's still do this one. We're going to do two things. We're going to do a twofer.
Targets acquired.
So, Skiddy, let's give the people what they want. Let's get them the waiver wire ads for Friday and for a look at the weekend. And I'm going to preface this by now. If you want to make the most of your pickups, when we get to the Celtics ones and we talk about that one, we will tell you the ones to pick up for the Celtics because they're the only team that play in the back-to-back. So these are the guys who you want to be keeping a look at. So it's a 2-for-1 opportunity with the Boston Celtics. That's what you want to look up to. So we're also then going to look at these guys.
Pull over by this hot guy and let me out.
Yeah, we're going to get those hot guys in there as well. Okay, it's not always a Kelly. Every time you mention fucking Kelly Oubre on the pod, I just love that about you. Tsunami Papi, call me nice things. Let's go into the first game of the day, looking at tomorrow's schedule. Now, I'm going to say this. These are in-season tournament games. Does it mean something?
Oh,
yes,
100%.
no, or maybe.
If you're seeing how the Pacers have been playing in these in-season tournaments, hell yeah, it means something. Also, too, that first game of the Warriors versus the Thunder in the first season, in the in-season playoff game, mate, tell me that didn't mean shit. 146 to 143 or something, whatever the hell it was. They played their asses off that game. So I think some teams are definitely taking it very, very serious. And then maybe the Bucks today resting Lillard when they probably should have rested him yesterday. But then again, the only reason they won yesterday was because of Lillard. But still, I think there are certain teams that are playing this like very, very seriously. And honestly, it makes for a lot better basketball. Silver's done a great job. It makes for better basketball. It makes for
even
better
though he wants to go out of
us.
his way. It makes for great multis. I should actually bring our sports bet tab up now.
Yes, sir.
For that one. Get that good to go. Can I just ask you this one? The Hornets are yet to play a game in the tournament. They play tomorrow. Do you think they're a bit of an upstart team? Because tomorrow, I'm going to give out my first tip of the day. The Hornets will beat the Wizards. I think they're a better basketball team. I think the Hornets are going to beat the Wizards. I think the Wizards are a shithouse.
Did you not just say they're both the other day, though?
Yeah, I did. But they're 2-5.
The other day.
What was that?
The Wizards beat the Hornets the other day in Charlotte by 16, and they were leading by 20 pretty much the whole game. I'm telling you what, we're not putting that in the multi because I am firmly sold on Wizards.
I am firmly sold that the Wizards are still a shit basketball organization. And I think there's a bit of chop up. LaMelo wasn't playing I think the Hornets are a better. That's what I mean. But LaMelo wasn't just LaMelo isn't. He's had an up and down season to start. He hasn't had that consistency that we want to start for the year. And I think the more we see him roll out, and this is their first in-season tournament game, I don't know. I think they'll bring a bit more to this than the Wizards will. And I think they're going to be looking for payback. I think they're a better team overall. Scary Terry, want an update on Rozier? That would be nice.
Still out, isn't he? Yeah,
I'm thinking he's out for tomorrow. So that's my problem there. Like he's Scary Terry's out, but with him playing off LaMelo, I've always thought that was an interesting combination. Yeah, Miles Bridges returns next week. It's interesting. Look, maybe we'll give it to the Wizards, for the first one in the multi. But
That's
streams
right.
today.
Let's not touch it because we both have conflicting arguments. But all I'm saying is that's a lot of injuries for Charlotte to have. Book Knight, Bridges, Martin, Nillicander, Rozier, all out. That's tough because that means they have to play, the 10th, 12th, and 11th guys all meaningful minutes to be able to get through this game. So I'm either going to say my bet will be Wizards or I like Kuz 25 plus. Had 33 today.
Look, after you saying that the other day for 25 and him not getting that, I will absolutely put Kuz in. I will put Kuz in for plus 20.
Yep.
No, the one that we picked up the other day, he missed out. The one person who missed out on the points in our bet last week was Kuz. Yeah, he missed it by one. So, look, how's this? We'll get down to this one straight away. You're going to take the Wizards, but we're going to go on points, 20-plus points. Kyle Kuzma, straight off the rip, 123 for 20-plus points. Done. Like first one out there. Let's not do the win. Let's talk fantasy, though. Pickups for this one. Denny Advia would have to be one of the ones looking at. But I've got one big one here, mate. Absolute stream target. This guy, for me, this is a very big horse indeed. My pickup for these guys would have to be Nick Richards. If you need rebounds for your week, if you need blocks, if you need to boil your field goal percentage, my stream of the day out of this game would have to be Nick Richards, mate. Anyone else you're looking at?
Well, considering they just played the other day, I don't mind the Nick Richards pickup. The one that I would be very interested in, if they're going to, because if this plays out like it did the last game, right? And Wes Unseld, he played 25 minutes of Delon Wright. We know Delon Wright is a fantasy stud. I know there's a few games on tomorrow, but if you do have the roster spots, I would take Delon Wright from this game because he did play the 25 last time against Charlotte. I'm pretty sure he had 4 steals and how many points did he have? 18 points.
He did 18 points,
3 assists. Yeah. So I'd be leaning Delon Wright in this game if I had to take anyone. I know there's a lot of outs for Charlotte. I don't really like anyone off the Charlotte bench. I mean, you could have a swing at Miller if you think he's going to be all right, but not for me.
Yeah.
Nick Richards is a good shout. I don't mind that from you. I just think that there's going to be too many minutes going towards Mark Williams. So, but yeah,
look, they seem to split when he comes out there for a per 36 workhorse. I like how they're splitting it right now. So I've streamed in Nick Richards a couple times. So I'm just going to. He does, and he's getting minutes anyway. It's like Clifford's like, you know what, you're doing well right now, and you know what, if they get up big enough, they're not going to roll Mark Williams out there. Who are they going to roll out? They're going to roll out Nick. So I'm going to roll out with him. Let's go to our next game of the day. Let's look at this one. It is the Philadelphia 76ers, the just triumphant Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. I think they're coming. They are my NBA happy story of the year so far because Joel Embiid looked just out of himself that first game of the
dominant.
He just looked like I was very worried about the 76ers and my over on them for the year. In fact, I think I took them on the over. I thought they were still going to be a good basketball team, and I'm right. They're going up against the Pistons, who have surprised a lot of teams. A guy each from each team. I'm going to say, go on. No, you go. You said hang on, so I'm going to hang.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just want to say we cannot get into this without saying how fucking good is Asar Thompson. Holy shit. He is going to be a fantasy stud in years. And he's already doing so good right now. If he can shoot, it's over.
I already did my
what he's doing.
Man, I already did my I'm never talking about another guy in the preseason again that I like. Because you were there with me in some of those mocks, and I was talking to him. I think I sold you on him in a mock in the preseason, and I was like, this guy. I think we were there taking it because I was taking him in the second last round. Like, this guy's still there. Let's go for it, Skiddy. Let's pick him up. And we were talking. I think we were both high on him, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I would beat you for him.
This was one of those ones where we were doing those mocks with Kingy, and we were taking him in the second last round, and then people started taking him in pick 11, pick 10, and we were going, geez, that's a little bit high for a rookie that hasn't played.
So they were putting him that early and it's returned it. He's killing it. And so that guy's huge. You know who else has been killing it, though, for them? Sasser. Marcus Sasser and Killian Hayes. Yeah. Now, this is the interesting thing. Killian Hayes was almost, I thought, going to be just relegated by this organization at the beginning of the season, to be fair. There was no real I didn't see a plan for him in this team. I didn't see it shaping out.
Yeah.
Like where they're going to play Killian Hayes. But he has just come in with Alec Burks being injured from the team. He's been shooting better this season. His free throws have been excellent. The assists, 4, 7, 5, 9. He is an absolute stream target, especially because he's rostered in 41% of leagues, which means he's
100%.
possibly available in a. Now, tomorrow, again, this is what we're talking about with volume days. If you're in a 10-team league with only 10 players, and there's 9 games, which means 18 NBA teams play, you probably don't have a roster spot. You don't have someone who you're willing just to give up. In a 12, there's more flexibility. So if you're trying to target in those peripheral stats like assists and steals, Killian Hayes is someone you want to look at on your team tomorrow.
Absolutely agree. Also, too, let me just say that in the for bets wise, in the last 4 games that the Pistons have played the 76ers, Sixers have won by plus 11 each time. So I will be taking a Philadelphia try bet of plus 7.
Philadelphia plus 7. And I just put the Sixers to win. You want me to do a line on that one?
Yeah, that's not enough money. Line or try.
Try bet. Oh, you're going to have to probably do this one for us, Skiddy. I don't know how to do the try bet.
I'll tell you how to do it, buddy.
No, here we go. Try bet markets. Here we go. Try bet. What's a try bet? Oh, 7.5, 177.
Yeah, you basically need to choose the Sixers to win by 7.5, both teams to be within 7.5, or the Pistons to be within 7.5. I feel like the Sixers will clear that quite comfortably. Stream targets. Look, I'm not as high on Sasser as everyone else. I know he had 26 last time against the Bucks. I don't know. It's just 26 and then fuck all else. So I'm just not that interested in that, because when Ivy comes back and when Bogdanovic comes back and when Harris comes back and everyone else comes back, it's just going to be, he's going to be relegated back to the G League. So that's what that is. Yeah. From Philly, I know Oubre had a couple of stinkers. I'm still sticking with Tsunami Papi. I feel like his scoring is just so valuable, what he can be able to do now that he's a starter in Philly. And then for also too, I've had a couple of blokes drop DeAnthony Melton in a 12-team league. Don't. Do not drop DeAnthony Melton in a fucking 12-team league. That is dumb as fuck. But
thank you, by the way, to that person in one of my leagues that did do that, and I got him. So thank you, because he's a fantastic player across the board, and we know that he profiles statistically as an excellent fantasy player. It's a guy you want. I'm also going to just throw on there now Tobias Harris for $1.20 for 4+ rebounds.
Okay. Yep, I like it.
Are you for that, or you like that?
No, I'm with
it.
Absolutely.
Because Tobias has been playing. Just here are your flowers, Sir Tobias of Harris. You are doing very well this season, and I like that. And I call him Houses Harris, and I love it. Tomorrow, the upstart Brooklyn Nets are at 550 to the Boston Celtics 115. Let's give you the quick fantasy scoop and move through this one quickly, because the Celtics, I think, are going to smack them 6 ways to Sunday. You're only really looking at Dorian Finney-Smith. Ben Simmons is questionable, and he's probably more of a big body to have like a stopper. Cam Thomas is out, who's been their offensive weapon. Cam Johnson is still questionable, which would be great to see him come back.
Green game time. Green game time.
Hello, moving him from IL in multiple of my leagues that I've been holding on to him for the first 3 weeks of the fantasy season. I only say, look, if he's available, I looked yesterday, there's 12% of leagues he's available in, which makes me think that in some 10, look, I think he's going to be 10-team worthy. Watch how he goes on the ramp up. Just keep your eyes on him. Yeah. I think he will play himself into, when coming back, into 10-team relevance. If you've got your watch list, I'm putting Cam J on watch lists 100% across all formats.
Yep. Absolutely. No, sorry. I thought you were talking about Cam Thomas. Yep. No, I agree.
No, Cam Johnson.
Yes, absolutely. I think for bets wise, I think Boston bounced back here, and I think this is going to be a good, solid win for Boston. I know the Nets have been very competitive, but without their big scorer in Cam Thomas, it's a no-no. Waiver wire wise, Day'Ron Sharpe. I know he's only getting 20 minutes, but he's still posting double-doubles in 20 minutes. I still like what Day'Ron's going to be able to do, and I think that Dayron is going to have a bit more run against the Celtics just purely because someone has to do with Porzingis. And if he doesn't, Porzingis is going to have 30.
Look, and he might well. So actually, just on that one, I added. I haven't added anything yet. I think. Look, this is where it's going to make 2 threes. I'm putting Jason Tatum on for $1.10, 20 points plus. I'm going to put 20 points plus on. You know what? 15 points plus. Porzingis is at 120 for 15 plus.
120 for 15.
That's a given.
Goodness me, that could easily be. He could easily get 25 this game. Easily,
he could easily. And at 20 points, he's 175 at 20.
Damn, Jesus Christ! I think they're undervaluating that. So yeah, we'll go safe just purely for it. But listeners, like if Sharp doesn't get the bulk of these minutes, Porzingis will run rampant. I think it's worth a bet for him for 25 to even 30. I think he's shown that he can do this. He's not going to hit many threes, but shit, he can get inside there pretty easily. He's going to get bulk rebounds too.
On to our next game of the day, we do have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs. The Minnesota Timberwolves are the favorites. The guys that I'm keeping my eye on is the Point Sohan experiment and looking at the value that Trey Jones is giving me. Look, it fluctuates left, right, and center, but this is a good matchup. This is a much better matchup for Jeremy Sohan than people will think, because it's the size. Now, he's not a great ball handler, and Mike Conley is going to be able to pester him the shit out up and down a basketball court. But the size of the Timberwolves is immense. They are a lengthy and girthy team of basketball players. Yep. And that's where a team without Devin Vassell is going to – is he back?
Yeah, he's back. He played 4 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that the other game just to get back into it. But yeah, he's back.
He's 100% back. Look, I'm just worried that they're going to do the same thing where they try and get him match fitness again, and then they don't play him the whole time. If that flares up, they're going to pull him so quickly. And Sohan is a big body on there. So for me, I think it's going to be a better matchup for him in this team. But he's been dropped in a lot of leagues. So I think Sohan is definitely someone who you want to stream in for this one. I'm also just looking for the minutes that Trey Jones gets as a result of that, because he's been really dependable off their bench. So I guess those two are the big guys for me. Anyone in Minnesota, you really... I think the other... Look, if you've got to make a choice, there's Naz Reid. Yeah.
That's it.
He's been playing so well. Yeah.
Mate, I don't care about he's only getting 20 minutes. It's just, if he's there, he's still providing fantasy value. But I understand there's other players that are more, that will be more inspiring for it. But he's still just solid as a rock. If Cat or Gobert go down, yeah, you're picking him up 100%. I'm intrigued by this game. I thought the Wolves have been looking really good. They beat the Celtics the other day. They smacked the Pelicans. And Edwards he is a good bloody basketball player. He's starting to show that he can do a bit of all of it. But I am not liking the head-to-head in this game. I think it's too tight, but I'm very excited. Wemby versus Gobert. French on French. We versus we. Sacre bleu versus Croissant. I'm very
now. I'm going to give you this, and I want your facial reaction as I read this to you. 20 plus points. Victor Wembanyama.
No.
$2.40.
That's actually value. But
there you go. You changed your action very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that, because I feel like Wemby has been, because he's only been getting around about 14, 13 points against these smaller teams. Like he had 38 against Phoenix, right? And Nurkic hardly played that game. And he just was so much lengthier than everyone else. Nurkic obviously doesn't have a big vert either, because he's a big fat bloke, but not in a bad way. PHAT fat. That's fat muscle.
15 points for $1.43. I
don't want to touch anything besides unless you tell me that Edwards is about $1.30 for 25 points. I'll take that. Other than that, I don't like any of it. Or maybe even
25 points,
because Cat's been shit. If Cat for 20 is anything spicy, I'll probably take that.
It's $1.54
for 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually bank on Cat on that. Because I feel like he's going to have Collins. I think Wemby's going to go to Gobert majority of the time. That's
All
just
right.
the Wolves giving the ball because they haven't been giving him the ball. Actually, no, I don't like it. I want to see how it goes. But if I was going to do it,
But I'm going to give you the big one. And I was saving the best for last for you. Anthony
Okay.
Edwards is $1.55 for 25 points. Ooh, it's not bad. It's tasty. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad
I feel
at
like
all.
this is
Look,
too
we'll
hard of a
avoid.
game, though. I feel like there's a bit too much up in the air in this game.
So we're going to go into the next one. We're going to go into the next one, which is like one that I really want to get into with you. Actually, really get into you, but I want to get in. I want to get in a little bit. I want to just get in a little bit. It's the Utah Jazz Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah. Let's talk about this one right now, and I'm going to play it because this is one of the ones here.
Pull over by this hot guy and let me out.
Kelly Olynyk was shit last game. He'll be better this game. Kessler's out for a game. Get Kelly Olynyk in your bloody team if you need a center.
Foul trouble. Foul trouble was the problem. Let's just say that. I know he didn't shoot well or anything. Whatever. If he wasn't in foul trouble, we would be having another great game out of Kelly Olynyk. He worked well in this Utah lineup. We know he's going to provide. We can get rebounds, assists, not as many points, but we can get the rebounds and assists stream. Yes. Big yes on Kelly Olynyk.
And the big one I want to say right now is my eyes, like my radar senses, my spidey senses are tingling to see the lineup announcement again of Keontae George if he gets the start over THT tomorrow against
I hope so.
Look, he hasn't
been shit.
Look, no. Look, he has been, but he's also been up and down and played well in spurts. And then giving Keontae the keys didn't work the other day as well. So there's been no consistency from anyone in the point guard spot in Utah, to be fair. He didn't play well there. He's a rookie.
But he had 9 assists. Yeah, he had 9 assists.
True.
He had 9 assists. He still had 9. That's the playmaker. And that's what
there's a lot of these 9 assist guys popping up and down off the radar these days. This is something that I'm just noticing a very interesting trend on. There's a lot of guys who are getting 6, 7, 8, 9. Chris Paul is on some waivers to stream in days in shallow league, in 10-man leagues. Like there are these guys around who can stream in for that one. So what else do they bring to the party? And if he starts to get 14 points, 2 threes, semi-decent efficiency, great free throws, a couple of rebounds and a steal a game, look out. Like and you were there with me. I was like right on Keontae from the beginning of the season. Yeah. I was picking up and you're like, no, I don't see it. I was like, I see it. I haven't seen it yet. And when I see it, I'll be really happy about it and make sure I picked him up in a couple of leagues that are deeper than I was like, what is he still doing here? And there's like 16 roster spots. I'm like, why is he on a waiver wire? Here's someone I want to keep my eye on. Also, Santi Aldama. I want to see the Bismack Biyombo. Bismack Biyombo, he's on roster radars. He's on radars.
12-team league. Yes, I agree. Bismack should be on 12-team leagues. If you have a open spot for tomorrow, I really like it.
And if you have a 14-team league, just own him. Own him right now.
Yep.
If you're a 14-team league and Bismack Biyombo is on your waiver wire and you need a center to get those good efficiencies, the rebounds, get him into your squad. The next one I want to talk to you about with this.
Let's just clarify. He's going to kill you in free throws. Okay.
Let's just
going to happen.
There is that caveat. To the situation. Yeah. But I'm going to give you one of my bets of the day. I'm going to give you one of my bets of the day tomorrow. I'm actually going to give you 2 of my bets of the day tomorrow. I'm going to hit you with 20 plus points on this game. I'm not going to pick a winner on it. And I'm going to give those 20 plus points to Lauri Markkanen at $1.29.
Okay.
Lauri has been playing incredibly well. He is going to obviously get the Jaren Jackson Jr. comp, which opens up a little bit of play for one Mr. John Collins. Now, I'm very curious on this one because the rebounds, John Collins has been chipping in rebounds left, right, and center lately. 6+ rebounds. John Collins is $1.20. So I'm going 6 rebounds from Uncle John at $1.20 as well on this one. Skiddy, what do you think?
Yep. No, I like that. I reckon that's good. If we actually go back to what was it, a week ago, and the Jazz beat the Grizzlies by 24 points. We have a look at that game, and it was Colin Sexton that blew up for 23 points. Desi Bain only had 21. Clarkson had 26 and 5. Jackson had 19. Markkanen 19. Collins 16. So there's a few ones to look at here in this game. I think there's a couple of players that can be on the radar. But if I was going to look at it, I think I'd take the Jazz. I think.
I don't know who to take in this one. They're both. Oh, I think so. Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Okay.
No, is it? It is. It is.
It is. Right. That was obviously with Kessler playing. He didn't play very many minutes.
Oh, no, it's actually not.
It's in Utah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it's at FedEx.
Okay. I still think I would personally think it's either going to be the Jazz. I think it could be actually a fairly close game.
I'm taking points. I'm taking points and moving on to the Rockets and the Pels.
All right, done.
I'm taking Rockets. I'm moving on to the Rockets and the Pels because I'm very interested by this one because Jordan Hawkins is the guy to pick up.
Okay.
Yep. Jordan Hawkins is the guy to pick up on your radars for this game if he's still out there. Tara Eason is on my. I'm very curious. He's coming back in, so I'm very curious to be watching the Tara Eason minutes. Those are probably the two major picks there, depending on the injuries that come out. Look, day to day,
we have. Sorry,
give it.
I'll quickly just tell you.
Injury
Herb Jones is game time. Zion's game time. Najee Marshall is now could be back in for the Pelicans. Alvarado, McCollum, Murphy all out. Şengün has actually gotten a game time on the Rockets, and I think that is massive. If he doesn't play,
that's massive.
I'm going to say this right now. I like the Rockets here.
It's because your missus is because she woke up the other day and won you a multi. I've got to say this though. I'm going to say this. My points, massive shout out. But I want to say this one.
She said the Rockets are going to belt the Lakers today, and they end up winning by 34 points, and they were paying $58 for 31 plus or something like that. And I'm sitting there going,
massive.
You've got to be absolutely shitting me.
This is why you're marrying her. That's a brilliant win.
Very true. Yep.
That is a brilliant win. Look, Fred VanVleet points. I'm very curious by that. I'm very curious to see what happens with Şengün here. He's been killing in free throw percentages lately. I am curious because to get over 15 points, though, he's $1.36. So I'm adding that one because even though when he's been inefficient, he's still been getting over 15 points a game.
I agree there, G, but I think this is the game that we have to just hold until we see who's in and out. Because if Zion's out, Şengün's in, we're leaning Rockets. If Şengün's out, Zion's in, then it can be a little bit more tricky because there's no big body there. For Houston, they're going to have to start Jock Landale. Jock Landale's not going to be able to keep up with Zion, even though he's an Aussie, and we love that. But I think this is going to be a very competitive game. I would take the try bet for under 7.5 either way. I think it could be a very, very close game. So I want to see how this goes, but I think this is going to be a wait-and-see game. We have to see where it lines up. Otherwise, this could just be blown out. Stream-wise.
The dog's barking at her. She's like, just stay away from it. She's like, Dash is like, don't go anywhere. She's like, just say no to the Rockets.
I also think that stream-wise, this is just one where we're either going to be looking at Jordan Hawkins. If you've already got him on your squad, then just stay with it. If you've got anyone else, I'm just not.
Dyson Daniels is maybe a defensive specialist to get some of those extra little stats on the peripherals. But
again, that's if Herb Jones
is out.
Yeah, that's if Herb's out.
Is out.
Exactly. If Herbs is playing, then no chance because they're going to just roll out Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion, Valanciunas, and Hawkins. It's not really worth it if he's playing 20 minutes.
Well, then let's get to the next one that does have some meaning and some interest. The Clippers versus the Mavericks. Ooh. I just want to stay hands off this game. Look, Derek Lively is questionable going in on my last update that I read this afternoon. Derek Lively is questionable. That for me is him and Kleber are out. So I just think the Clippers have size.
Game time.
Game time. I just think the Clippers have left, right, and center size. They're a better overall team. I'm very curious to see how it matches up. This whole Harden versus Kyrie thing again. I'm just.
Are they though, G? Like
the Mavericks
better because the Clippers have looked shit since they've gotten Harden. Like
there's only been one game. I think the Clippers.
They lost to the Nets. They lost to the Nets without Simmons and Claxton and Johnson, and they also lost to the Knicks. And the Knicks have looked shit house.
Look. I'm not a Clippers hater for the sake of it. It's very hard for me to look. I've got to look at it from this thing. I look at them individually as individual people on a page and numbers at the end of the day. I look at PG. I look at Kawhi. I even look at Westbrook. I look at Zubac. I look at Harden. And I'm like, you all do not suck.
Yeah.
And then I look at the Mavericks starting 5. And you see what I'm saying straight away when I start to do that exercise.
Yeah.
The problem is the Mavericks, to be fair, have one of the easiest schedules. This is not Mavericks hate. This is not Mavericks slander. This is not like Luke is a see you next Tuesday and I don't want anything about him. They've had an easy schedule. They have had a relatively easy schedule by strength of schedule analytics, and deservedly so. They're up 6-1. In fact, I would be ringing alarm bells if I was Mark Cuban. Derek Light, this is the perfect Lively situation. He's fallen into this as a perfect situation for him as a rook. This is what they tanked for. It's come back. Good on them. I'm staying away from this game 100%. I'm not punting on it. The only thing that I'm going to do is this one. I am going to put on. I am thinking, and I don't want to even do it because it's not even paying anything. So I'm going to stick away from it, and I'm just going to go. I'm going to go with this as my tip. No, not to put punt, but I'm going to think the Clips get the win here. I'm going to think that the Clips get the win here, and there's no one really in these teams that I'm looking at for streaming options right now, because the streaming options for me, Derek Jones, Derek Jones.
Yep.
But then again, there are so many other better options. And if you need points and threes, Norm Powell is always, he should be forever on your radar. In fact, if you were a submarine, there would be a permanent blot that you think there's a problem because it's just Norm Powell for points and threes. Like, is that, oh no, it's Norm Powell. It's not an island. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, don't worry about it. That's Norm. He just lives out there. That's very Norm Powell. That's very much Norm Powell in this situation.
Look, G, I could not agree with you more on this. Let's just stay away from this game. Yep, Derek Jones.
And get to the Thunder and the Kings that I am excited for. The Thunder and the
Kings next. All right, love it. Yep. Okay, sweet. So Thunder Kings tomorrow. I'm really excited for this game. Thunder have been looking very, very nice. Kings, yes, still without Fox. So what am I saying? I am going with the Thunder tomorrow. I really like that. If I'm going to pick anything to bet on, I think that Davion Mitchell is going to get bulk of the minutes because they need someone to slow down SGA. If he doesn't, it's going to be Shea is going to just absolutely tear them apart because we know Sabonis isn't a massive ring threat. But I think Sabonis is going to be able to get a shit ton of rebounds tomorrow. I think he's going to be all over it. Look, I know Chet has the athleticism over Sabonis, but Sabonis is so smart when it comes to rebounds, and he bullies these type of players.
So welcome to my bet of the day. Chet Holmgren for 6+ rebounds because Chet's been chasing him, and there's no one else to do it in this team apart from Big Jalen. That's $1.28 for 6 rebounds for Chetty.
Yeah, I like it.
The only
thing I'm worried about is foul trouble. I think Sabonis he is so smart, man.
He's very smart.
I feel like it's what the Cavs did to the Thunder the other day. They got Chet in foul trouble in about 4 minutes, and then he sat the rest of the first quarter.
I'm going to hit 6 rebounds on this one because I'd love to get SGA for 20+ points, but he's only $1.03, and it's no use there. There's no real stream options in this one apart from maybe Kevin Huerter and Case and Wallace. But look, Davion Mitchell in as well. He's on a lot of leagues. Let me actually do your Davion Mitchell. Your Davion Mitchell league rosters check. He is available. Davion Mitchell he's only 4% rostered.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, that needs to bump up, man. Like without Fox there, I know he hasn't been getting actually, hang on. I need to actually double check this for a second, G, because I have a feeling that they started some other point guard instead of Davion against
the thing is there to note though. The thing though is the
they
minutes.
started Ellis.
They did. But the thing is they're still getting the minutes. So he still had 28, 27, and 26. So I look at the minutes played, and I still think there's a return there for him to get those extra minutes because look, he also has historical knowledge of his teammates by this point. So he's going to be able to get around that one. So I'm going to go the Thunder for the win, and I'm going to go Chet for 6 boards. And our last game of the day to wrap the pod, it's your most hated team versus the Bradley Beal returning Phoenix Suns. Apparently he is in tomorrow. Booker is out.
Yes.
So we are still yet to see these guys face up against each other. Davis is back in.
Game time.
I think he's back in. I think he's in. I think he's in tomorrow. I think Anthony Davis will
shit house against the Rockets. Yep. That was a fucking trouncing.
This is what happens every time they I don't know why they didn't listen to what happened after you lost Dennis Schroeder last time.
Yeah.
This is your lesson for letting Dennis Schroeder go.
Yeah.
FIBA World
100%.
Cup,
Well,
Dennis Schroeder.
hey, man, if you're going to start Christian Wood at fucking center, you're going to know what's going to happen. The bloke, if you've ever watched him, you know he doesn't play defense. What do you expect? So you're just going to let Shane shit on him the whole game. So,
and that's funny because he actually tried to play defense. Watching him try to play defense is almost funny. It's like you're trying to play defense. I like it. I don't know what you're doing. Is that the defense? Oh, it's the defense.
Yeah. So in saying that, this is my best bet for the day tomorrow. If
hit me up.
Davis is out. This is if Davis is out. Yusuf Nurkic, 15 points. He is going to absolutely destroy him.
You think?
Oh, 100%.
You know that's paying $3. You know that's paying $3.80
for 15 points.
Yusuf Nurkic, 15 points is $3.80.
Oh mate, that's a. If Anthony Davis is out, I know the price is going to drop, but shit me, if Davis doesn't play, that's a fucking gold mine. Yeah, 26, all right, we'll sit on this. And 8
we'll sit. I'm going to film the slip like I did last week before the game time decision, Skiddy, and we'll add that one if we find out that Davis is out. How does that sound?
Yep.
Do you like that?
I still like Lakers. Phoenix. I mean, shit. I don't like the head-to-head in this one because there's a couple of variables. I think Phoenix really need Booker.
Yep.
I don't know about you. I wasn't super impressed with Beal in his first game against the Bulls, but I feel like that was just him coming back from injury. So I'll give him a pass from there.
And I'm not touching anyone on either of these teams for streams, just FYI.
No,
like there's not one of these. There's so much better options out there apart from Grayson Allen.
He's a shit bloke, but I mean, shit. If he's giving me 8 threes in a game, I mean, shit. I care more about my fantasy than how much of a piece of shit that he is.
But this is where I'm looking at guys long term that I might want to pick up and flirt with. Maybe potentially guys like I would probably be saying. I'd probably be looking at all the guys that I've talked about in this one, and I'd probably say I'd rather Keontae George overall. I'd rather Killian Hayes and Marcus Sasser for tomorrow than I would probably for him.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's just me.
Bismack.
Yep. If you need those points, if you need the ball, field goal percentage and blocks, 100%. Santi Aldama.
Yep,
I think they need him. I think Santi can be back. So these are other guys I'm looking at that are more valuable to me.
Yep, agreed.
But I am going to put down right now for 20 plus points, no matter what, LeBron James.
I don't like
because him and you don't like it.
Minutes restriction, remember? He's so-called minutes restriction. He's minutes
doesn't exist. No, I'm hitting in advance. LeBron for 20 points.
No LeBrons in any multis. No.
Come on,
actually, okay. Against Phoenix, their defense is dog shit. Yes, okay. This game,
and it's him versus KD. They played against each other earlier this season. Okay, it was good. They want to light each other up.
Yeah, you sold me.
Because right now, all of that without the Nurkic for 15 points at $3, you can't put a multi on it. So I have to figure out what to drop. It's probably the Chet Holmgren points again. It's always something on this multi. I swear to God, there's something where we always left it.
Nah, it's updating. Week. Yeah, it's updating like they're updating their prices and shit, so they put it on hold for a bit. So you got to try and get it at the right time. That's all right. Just give me the notes, and we'll smack that on there. The viewers can track along with what we got. We'll post
this one up too.
Yep.
And that's perfect.
Follow both of us on Twitter and shit.
NBA GWiz at Filthy IFS and the guys, our team at Inside F Sports on all the things. Have an absolute cracker. Get your punts on. Have a great weekend. This has been Heat Check. Use those waiver wires. Don't forget finishing notes for the whole thing right here, just so everyone is very clear on what to pick up. If you're looking for anything tomorrow, we didn't touch on the Celtics because it's a high volume day, but if you're looking to roll for the weekend, on the Saturday, Sunday, you got Heat and Warriors back-to-back sets. If you're looking to pick up some double stream days for the weekend, check out your Heat and Warriors options over the course of the weekend. This includes guys like Kuminga, Moody, and Kyle Lowry for some assists. And if you're looking to big booty Kyle, and if you're looking for some into this Sunday and Monday, I've got my notes down for the Bulls, the Knicks, and the Wizards to get some burn out of those guys. You take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Love your NBA. Peace out.